Morning students, only 11 students have joined. So please write your roll numbers from first Avichal, roll number Harita Sharma, it's same name. Gunjan, your roll number. Harshita 21, okay. Gunjan is 19, okay. Then Hemu, Kiran, roll number नहीं लिखा तुमने. Komal is 27, okay. Kiran, Komal, Hemu, your roll number 39, Parmeshwar, okay. 22, ठीक है. बस इतने ही बच्चे हैं. परमेश्वर हो गया. प्रियांशी, श्रेया, विशाल 54, ओके. शुभांशु, नेट नहीं चल रहा है सर. अच्छा तो वेबिनार है यहाँ पे. शिवांशु 48, 10:30 पे वेबिनार है सर. ब्लॉकचेन बाहर से 42, 48. That's it. Any student remaining for attendance? 45, Shreya. 42, okay. So we have discussed we have started with flag register that day. You all know what is flag register. Only 5 flags are used. Out of them, sign, zero, auxiliary, carry, parity, and sign flag, carry flag. Okay. So carry flag we have seen if the result of addition generates any carry or any kind of operation we are performing through ALU microprocessor. If the result generated is having carry as 1, then carry flag will be set. Otherwise, it will be reset. This is one of the example given to you. In register B, this 8-bit data is stored. If I am incrementing this data, INC is the incrementing operation. 1 will be generated over here. It contains FF. Carry flag status is 0, 0. Again, if I will increment, carry flag status is 0. Because this result doesn't produces any kind of carry. So carry flag status is 0. Now parity flag, what we will have to do in parity flag? If the count of logic 1 in 8-bit result is an even number, then the parity is even and parity flag is 1. So you can see the example. In this register B, we are having how many ones? We are having 7 ones. So 7 is an odd number, so odd parity is there. So parity flag will be 0. Here it is having 8 numbers of 1, even number of 1, so parity flag will be set. Clear? Odd parity flag is 0. Auxiliary carry flag, it is also known as an intermediate carry or half carry. Intermediate carry or half carry. Okay, so it is generated after this bit. If we are adding 4 nibbles, 4 bit of data, if carry is generated after this step, then this carry is stored in auxiliary carry flag. Clear? Then 0 flag. If the result is 0, 0 flag is set. Otherwise reset. Sign flag. If this flag is only used for signed binary numbers, where you can see positive and negative, results. Positive it is 0 bit, negative it is 1 bit. If it will check the MSB bit of the result, and according to that it will set the sign flag as 1 or 0. Clear? Control unit block. It consists of instruction register, instruction decoder, and timing and control unit. This we are discussing from the architecture diagram only. We have discussed in detail architecture diagram. Just theoretical concepts we are recalling so that the architecture concepts will be clear to you all. So instruction register, it will have that instruction will come into this register. Instruction decoder will find what is to be done with that instruction. Timing and control unit will manage all the address, data and control signals, whether it is read, write, memory, input, output, it will manage all those things. So instruction register, it is 8-bit register used to store 8-bit opcode of the instruction. Yes, you will come to know what we mean by opcode and operands. So opcode is the instruction itself. So that instruction is taken from the memory. It is fetched. So opcode present in IR is then transferred to instruction decoder for decoding. IR then ID. ID has 8 inputs and 256 output lines. So it can store 256 instructions in it. It is 8 input lines are there. So 2 to the power 8 is 256. So it is having 256 output lines. Instruction decoder, it accepts an opcode of instruction from instruction register to decode and give information to control logic. So what operation it performs? It has to know this instruction, what it means, what is to be performed, and how many operand byte the instruction has. Timing and control unit, it will synchronizes all the microprocessor operations, generate control and status signals necessary for communication between microprocessor and peripherals. Okay. Next is interrupt control block. We have discussed this. There are 5 interrupt signals and 1 acknowledgement signal, INTA bar. They identify produces, and these interrupts are classified as 4 maskable interrupts and 1 non-maskable interrupts. The microprocessor can ignore or delay a maskable interrupt. What do you mean by maskable interrupts? We can delay or we can ignore this maskable interrupt, but whenever non-maskable interrupt request comes, we can't ignore, we have to execute it immediately. So, however, it has to respond to a non-maskable interrupt immediately. This is the difference between maskable and non-maskable interrupts. Clear? This is the list of table of interrupts, interrupt types. We have seen this pins in architecture diagram. Trap, which is a non-maskable interrupt. It is having the first priority or the highest priority to get executed. Trigger level is provided. It is edge and level. Trigger means a square pulse is given. Edge means it is upward direction and level. Both this is used to trigger. Trap interrupt. Priority is the first. It is maskable. No, it is non-maskable interrupt. And these interrupts are having fixed vector addresses. So these addresses to remember, it starts from 24 hex, then again 8 plus karoge 3C hex. It's not 8. Then RST 6.5, 34 hex, RST 5.5, 2C hex. Clear? And this INTR doesn't have any fixed vector address. 4 maskable and 1 unmaskable interrupt. Serial input output control block. It is used for serial communication from microprocessor. It has 2 pins, SID and SIO. It uses, data transfer is controlled through 2 instructions. Only 2 instructions we have to remember for serial input output control, that is RIM and SIM, RIM and SIM. Request interrupt mask and set interrupt mask. RIM is used for SID line. SIM is used for SOD lines. serial output data and serial input data lines are present in the microprocessor. If we want to execute that these lines should work, we have to use this instruction rim and sim. Without this instruction, SID will not work. Address data buffer. Buffers are commonly used to increase the driving capability of data bus and address bus. 8085 bus systems. This we will discuss. So students, you are having your webinar. So we should stop or I should continue? And some new students joined, 33 Naman Srimali. Any more students, those who haven't given your attendance? No one else? Okay. So you inform when the webinar starts. Aishwarya, your roll number? Roll number 5. Okay, very good. Why you people are joining so late? So in continuation with that, we have discussed the architecture diagram very thoroughly. All the points we have discussed flag register. We have solved this example. In previous class, I have given you one example to solve. So can you tell me the status of that example? Komal left the class. What happened to her? Please don't leave class in between. सबने परफॉर्म किया था तो तुम्हें सारे स्टेटस पता चल जाएंगे. साइन फ्लैग इज 1, दिस बिट इज 1, साइन फ्लैग इज 1, जीरो फ्लैग इज 0. Have you solved this question I have given to you? Please student inform to all other students to attend the classes. वो कल नहीं नहीं मैं करवा लूंगी. Is it clear? See, now if I want to set or reset this sign flag, carry flag, zero flag, directly I can't do. I have to use some instructions. I have to write a program. If I want to set sign flag or reset sign flag, I need for some instruction, then I have to write a small program to do that. So this program is there for sign flag. This set of instruction will basically reset the sign flag to 0, as 40 minus 30 is always a positive number. So you can, this is not fixed program. This is not a fixed program. You can write your own program. I'm just showing you an example how you can set or reset your flag. Okay. Similarly, zero flag, you can set or reset if it is needed somewhere in the program. So how I will get a 0? I want to set the 0 flag. That means result of operation should be 0 and 0 flag should be set to 1. So how I will do that? I will load a same number in the accumulator, like I have written here MVI A comma 40 hex, and then I am subtracting A. A minus A will give you 0 because accumulator is having 40. Here I have loaded accumulator with 40 and I am subtracting the same number. So I will get 0 hex as a result and 0 flag will be set. Auxiliary carry flag set reset. You can write any program. So your webinar started. Carry flag example is shown. Then we will study address, data and control bus. This is a very important topic because without this you can't execute, you can't run microprocessor. It cannot fetch any of the instruction, it cannot read any of the data. So the concept of address, data and control bus is very important. Is very important. So we should continue, students, or please reply so that I will come to know. Should I carry on? Some are saying yes, some are saying no. Really, I'm not getting. Your webinar started. Okay. So address, data and control bus. वैसे भी very few students are attending the lecture. So in Intel 8085 is an 8-bit microprocessor. Its data bus is 8-bit wide and therefore 8 bits of data can be transmitted in parallel form or to the microprocessor. Here there is no serial communication, it is a parallel. At a time you can fetch 8 bit of data. The Intel 8085 requires an address bus of 16 bit wide as the memory addresses are of 16 bits. Memory address are of 16 bits, 2 to the power 16, 64K data can be fetched or address. The 8 most significant bits of the addresses are transmitted by the address bus. A bus pins are A8 to A15. Getting the 8 most significant, see it is a 16-bit address bus, so it will have A15 to A0 address bus pins. We will denote it as A15 to A0. But what we are saying, the 8 most significant bits of address, that is A15 to A8, are transmitted by the address bus. So just we will stop in 5 minutes so that you can carry on with your webinar. The 8 least significant bits of the address are transmitted by data oblique address bus. The 8 significant bits, that means the first 8 bits are fixed. They will be transmitted from A8 to A15 lines. But the least significant bits are multiplexed, are transmitted along with the address bus, with the data bus. So it is known as AD bus, address data bus. It is a combined bus. For 8 most significant bits, we are using only A bus, capital A bus. For 8 least significant bits of the address, we are using only AD bus, address data bus pins. So these pins are known as AD0 to AD7. Keep this in mind. For MSB address bits, we are using A8 to A15. For 8 LSBs of the address, we are using AD0 to AD7. Clear? Address bus are unidirectional from microprocessor unit to peripheral devices because address will be coming from any peripheral device memory to microprocessor. So address bus are unidirectional. The microprocessor will detect the address pins will be high and it will fetch the address. It will point out to that address. Data bus is bidirectional data flow in both directions 0 to FFX. Control bus comprises of various single lines, not bus that carry synchronization signals. Control bus comprises of various single lines, not bus that carry synchronization signal. So this is the bus architecture diagram, which is very important. This is microprocessor, unidirectional address bus. It will point to any memory location which is connected peripheral. Here it is shown memory input device, and output device. So this we will discuss later on, students. You can carry on with your session. In next class, we will thoroughly discuss all these things. And then we will start with instructions of 8085 microprocessor. So thank you, students. If you are having any query, doubt, please put in your Google Classroom. We have formed the classroom, or in the chat box, you can write your query so that I can simplify. So thank you, students. You can continue with your webinar today, and we will continue our lecture in next class. You should have me informed earlier. Actually, I was not aware, so that I could have started my class at 9:30. So it's okay. Next time we will continue.